Hello, just a short video from my Model 3. A lady on YouTube, Transport Evolved I think it was, and one of my favourites. She's really good, really clear and precise, doing range comparison between a Ford Mustang E and a Hyundai and a Kia and the Volkswagen ID4 and a Tesla Model Y. Now the wacky thing is, no, not really wacky, it's pretty expected, and it's extraordinary after all these years other companies can't catch up, because on all counts, the capacity, the room to get stuff in, and range and performance and superchargers and charging rates, the Tesla is better at everything. I'm sitting in a Tesla, so you could say I'm a bit of a Tesla fan, but facts don't lie, do they? It is extraordinary. These companies, Volkswagen, goodness me, how big a company do you want? They can't catch up with Tesla after all these years. They can't make an EV as good as a Tesla after all these years. It's a bit strange. What has Tesla got? What magic have they got? That perhaps it's because they're dedicated to electric cars. All the other companies, the ones I've mentioned, they all make fossil, petrol and diesel cars still. And I do like making them because they've got companies that make the engines and gearboxes and all the gabbings, and of course electric cars haven't got any bits, have they? All they've got is a battery and a motor, nice and simple, nice and quiet. So maybe they're not, but then Volkswagen's supposed to spend billions. But it feels like they're not trying hard enough. Because if you're going to bring a new car out, it's got to go a bit further than the competition. It's got to hold a bit more, if in the same sort of price range, a bit more stuff. It's got to hold a bit more stuff. It's got to go a little bit quicker. It's got to do everything a little bit better. But no, they all do all of it a little bit worse. Which, can't understand it. What's wrong with it? What's gone wrong? Why can't they do it? I'd like them to do it. Even though I've got a Tesla, I'd like them to do better, because Tesla would have to do better then. They'd be spurred on. As it is now, they've got no competition. No competition at all. The other companies are just can't manage. They can't do it. So, yeah, I'd like them to do better, because if they did better, perhaps Tesla will be the first car manufacturer, it seems to be first doing everything, the first car manufacturer to build a car with a solid state battery, or fit a solid state battery into their existing vehicles. And solid state batteries are a huge step forward. It's just a case of getting them to be reliable. They are something special, because a normal battery's use in the old days, it used to be battery was acid, but now they use something liquid or something gel-like I'm not very technical, but it does what it does. But solid-state batteries won't use any jellies or liquids or anything, and they'd be cheaper, lighter, and have twice the capacity. And when that's here, it'd be bye-bye fossil cars. That's a dead cert. So I can't wait. Right. Actually, I'll start it out. Let's have a little ride round while I'm chatting. Yeah, hang on, just a sec. Okay, that's it. I've got out the car park. I'm not kidding you, the car park, the potholes are huge. This car must have a bit of ground clearance, because it didn't bottom out, so that's quite handy. Crazy. All the council tax we pay, because I'm local to this area, and they can't stick something in the holes. They can't fix the holes. Yeah, so it'd be nice if they could do that. Seeing there's so many people unemployed, get them filling in the holes. Right, where should we go? Let's go down that way. What's on the news lately? A bit sad. Diego Maradona's died. at 60, which is pretty young. He probably drunk himself to death, I think. But so everybody's in mourning. They're in mourning in Argentina. Mourning all day and mourning all night. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I mean, I'm not really a football fan, so and he's a person like all the rest of us. So I'm not mourning for him more than anybody else. Let's put it that way. Should mourn for everybody, not just because you can kick a bit of plastic around a piece of grass. He's no more important than anybody else, or shouldn't be. There's a lot of traffic around still. Maybe people are going out shopping for Christmas. I haven't been to shop for a long time. I don't go ever since this rubbish. I try and avoid going into shops because I don't like queuing or anything at the best of times. But with this COVID, is that's the last straw for me. So it's no shopping for me. It's all online. The man brings it back. A man in a van brings it round, which suits me just fine. Road humps. What's it all about? I mean, road humps are the ones that I'm just bumping over now, because I limit the amount I bump over them, like everybody does, because you try and span them, because they're a lump in the road, but you can't quite span them, so it's a little bit of a bump. What it means is people swerve to get themselves over the hump. So it's a bit comical, really. So you get two cars sort of aiming at each other because they're both trying to avoid road humps. Yeah, it's a sort of safety measure. Safety measure is getting people to drive in the middle of the road. That's good on that. Good safety measure. And if you don't obey the road humps, you could damage your tyres or suspension. Very nice. Going into Epsom Town yet again. I'm coming in from a different direction though. Many people here. See some shops have closed down. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's something on the news. It looks like the UK will be in debt to the extent, we're in debt now for £2 trillion. We will be in debt to three, after all this rubbish, to £3 trillion. That's tens of thousands of pounds per person in this country. We'll be in debt. So how will we pay that back? Not in my lifetime. Well, we won't be paying it back ever. 3 trillion. Well, I can't imagine it, can you? I was just seeing that in the pile. It'd be quite big, wouldn't it? 3 trillion. 3 trillion, that's 1,000 billion. Or 1,000,000 million. Beyond belief. Numbers beyond belief. And half of it's because of COVID, because because the government's messed around, and everyone says yes, COVID has cost us $1 trillion. Well, no, COVID hasn't cost us a penny. It's the way we've reacted to COVID which has cost the money. If we reacted differently, perhaps we wouldn't have wasted that £1 trillion. But a bit late now. bit late now. I mean, if you took the hard line, you say we wasted $1 trillion to save some old folk, because young folk aren't getting battered. And if this medication comes in, this vaccine, it could be said we should never have shut down. We would have had a few more deaths, but the economy wouldn't have been smashed to pulp as it is now. And the vaccine will come to save us all. But you can't really, I'm talking like this, and this is not really quite right, because you can't predict the future, can you? It would be nice to predict the future, but you can't. But one thing is true, is we've done really badly, and when we look into this, because there'll be an inquiry, why, UK, why have you done so badly? And they'll spend hundreds of thousands of pounds, sounds like peanuts now, hundreds of thousands of pounds on a review on why we have done so badly, and the answer will be lessons must be learnt. And that'd be it. That'd be it. We've got a Member of Parliament, Priti Patel. They had an inquiry that no doubt cost hundreds of thousands of pounds into her bullying, and they found out, yes, she did bully. She is a bully and did bully people, and the result is nothing. What? Well, what? Why did you have an inquiry? If you're going to have an inquiry, and whatever the result was, guilty or not guilty, there would be no penalty, no punishment. What's the point? What was the point? Do we know? In America, Trump has someone in America was found guilty of lying to the FBI, which sounds quite important, doesn't it? Trump has pardoned a person. He's probably getting in practice to pardon himself. Like it's a tradition in America where you pardon a turkey at Christmas. Well, this Christmas, it looks like the turkey will be Trump, and he'll be pardoning himself. Funny old world. Hoping 2021 will be a bit better. Don't you think it could be much worse? Yeah, I think things will sort themselves out, and maybe all will be well. Maybe all will be sorted out. We'll have about 3 million unemployed. I mean, we're going down the unemployment track anyway. All countries are, because automation. We've got robots to do the jobs. Robots don't get COVID anyway. So you've got robots to do the job, and then there's going to be unemployment. So they've got to change the system. It's all over the world. The system's got to change. I think the system's got to change to people will have a minimum wage for not working at all. And if you want more money, you've got to get a job. And that's the only way I can see, because there's more people than jobs. There's too many people anyway. I mean, if you looked at things in a harsh way, you could say, well, actually, COVID didn't do a good enough job, did it? Yeah, COVID needed to bump off a couple of billion people to save the world, because that would save the world. Lots of dead people. Yeah, that would save the world, wouldn't it? That's not spoken of much, is it? I'm not surprised. But it is a fact. There's too many people. It's just too many people. We're too successful, aren't we, as a race? yeah, I mean, all I say about cars polluting, which obviously is a big thing of mine because I'm in a car that's clean. But just you wouldn't need clean cars, would you, if there's less people? You wouldn't need, well, you need some, but you wouldn't need so many clean factories if there's less people. Everything boils down to less people. China had a bash at it, didn't they? Having families could only have one person, one baby, and people wanted a male baby, and female babies were unwanted, so that didn't work out too well. And also they've ended up with an old, well, they've stopped it now, they ended up with an old population, because the longer it went on, you end up with a load of old people. And I mean, I don't believe this, of course, but if you were a conspiracy theory person, you could say, well, China made the virus because the virus kills old people, but that would be rather harsh. But I'm sure some nutcases think that way. And now I've said it, people think, oh, that's the point, yeah. No, that's such drivel. Yeah. Getting near home now. If these lights stay red, I shall call it a day and switch the camera off and talk to you next week. They stay green, so I'll have to think about something. I think something else to talk to you about. There's a car showroom on there, loads of fossil cars there, incredibly, really lovely cars. Do you know, when you drive around, the people who are less polite on the road is women drivers, you know. They never acknowledge, I just let someone out, they just don't acknowledge you at all. They're really rude. You just pull out and think that's it. Yeah. I mean, they always talk about white van drivers being hostile on the road, but I don't find it that bad, because I was a white van driver for a while, and that's a horrible job. You're under pressure, you've got your parcels to deliver, and you've only got so long to do it. And yeah, it's pressure. Actually, me slagging off that woman in front now. She stalled the car on the lights a bit, and she put her hand up to apologise. So I'll take it all back. Yeah, everybody's lovely. As she's saying that, she stalls at traffic lights. Of course, I'm in a Tesla. I've forgotten what stalling is. I can't stall this. It is actually impossible to stall this. Yeah, it's something that's not always mentioned, is it? You can't stall an electric car. Okay, looks like we're going to get home before I turn you off. Okay, just about here. So anyway, I'll call it a day. Have a nice weekend and look after yourself. Goodbye for me. Goodbye for now. Thanks for watching if anyone is. Bye-bye.